A very emotional night in Bavaria as Bayern Munich and everybody connected to the club bids a very warm and fond farewell to the greatest son of Bayern Munich and possibly of German football as well, as they pay tribute to Franz Beckenbauer, who passed away at the age of 78 on Sunday. Tonight the players are coming out wearing special 70s style jackets that Franz himself would have worn. And they have a special message of Danke Franz written on their playing shirts this evening. The whole of the centre circle is covered by a large picture of the Kaiser himself in black and white, his famous number 5 adorning the centre of the Allianz Arena surface. One of only 3 men to win the World Cup as both a player and a manager, born in 1945 as Germany was emerging from the rubble of the Second World War, and possibly the most famous post-war German national in the sporting world and possibly even beyond. Franz Beckenbauer passed away last Sunday at the age of 78. The two teams, though, do have a match to play, and this of course being the first Bundesliga round of fixtures since the winter break began nearly a month ago now. Bayern's last game back on the 20th of December. Hoffenheim's last fixture, in fact, a day earlier. They haven't played since the 19th when they drew 3-3 with bottom side Darmstadt. Bayern themselves on a 3-match winning run in all competitions. And Bayern have made 2 changes to the team that beat Wolfsburg 2-1 on the 20th of December. There is no place in the squad for new signing Eric Dyer, who has joined for the rest of the season with a possible option to extend that from Tottenham Hotspur. There's no Kim Min-jae either because he's at the Asia Cup. Alexander Pavlovic has dropped to the bench, and Kim and Pavlovic have been replaced by Matthias de Ligt and Joshua Kimmich. So it's Manuel Neuer in goal for Bayern. There's a back 4 of Konrad Laimer, Dayo Upamecano, Matthias de Ligt and Alphonso Davies. Kimmich is in the holding midfield role alongside Rafael Guerreiro. Thomas Müller is ahead of them. Out wide on the flanks are Leroy Sané and Jamal Musiala. And number 9 up front, of course, Harry Kane. 25 goals in all competitions since arriving from Tottenham Hotspur himself. For Hoffenheim, they've made 4 changes to the team that drew 3-3 at home to Darmstadt. Very disappointing result for Der Blau. John Brooks and Umut Soumchu and Ilyas Bebu have all dropped to the bench. Kevin Vogt is no longer in the squad, of course, because he signed yesterday for Union Berlin. So in goal for Hoffenheim is Oliver Baumann. There's a back 3 of Ozan Kabak, Stanley Nsogi and Florian Grilic. Anton Stack is in the holding midfield position. The 4 ahead of him are Pavel Kaderbak, Arias Bulter, Grisha Promel and Andrei Kramaric. And up front are Maximilian Bayer and Wout Weghorst. Grilic, Bayer, Weghorst and Nsogi are the 4 players who have come in to the starting lineup this evening. Big night, particularly for Nsogi. Probably wasn't expecting to be starting this game, but with Kevin Vogt out, having left the club, he is thrown back into the action, having made only 2 substitute appearances all season. And on the bench then for Hoffenheim are John Brooks, Umut Soumchu, Ilyas Bebu, Julian Justvan, Finn Ola Becker, Robert Skov, Nahuel Knoll, Tom Bischoff and Attila Shalai, as well as Kevin Akpaguma. The minute silence observed by all four corners of the Allianz Arena has been completed, and we are shortly going to be getting this match underway. Harry Kane has only failed to score in 3 Bundesliga matches so far since arriving in Germany. There's questions about how much German he's learnt while he's been in Bavaria, but can't doubt that he's translated his form from English to German football very well. Bayern are in their home kit, which of course is more of a white shirt this season with red sleeves, with red shorts and red socks. And Hoffenheim are all in their royal blue. And it looks like Bayern will be kicking us off. Our referee Benjamin Brandt is just going through his final checks before we can get this one underway. Hoffenheim started the season very, very well, but have fallen off a cliff, or at least did fall off a bit of a cliff before Christmas. Only one win in their last 7 Bundesliga matches, and they couldn't have asked for many tougher places to have come to try and stop that rot after the break than away to Bayern Munich. We are underway. Sane kicked us off, played the ball back to Neuer. Neuer went long, but it went over the head of everybody and safely gathered by Oliver Baumann. He rolls the ball out to Grealish. Oh, a bit of a heavy touch there, and Hoffenheim almost give the ball away inside their own area. Then Bayern do win it back high up the pitch, but they can't control the ball particularly well. It goes out of play. However, they do win themselves a throw. Alphonso Davies getting ready to take this one. Plays it back to Matthias de Ligt. This is where he goes to Dao Upamecano, and this is the Upamecano slipped there as he played the ball back to de Ligt. Went straight to the Dutchman, so no problem for Upamecano. But I was about to say the first controlled possession of the game for either side. Bayern work it across to Lima, or looking for Sane. There was a bit of a heavy touch there, and the ball goes out of play. Throw it on the far side for Hoffenheim. Which they take and bring the ball over the halfway line. They spread it from right to left. Neatly threaded through, looking for Bulter, but it won't quite reach him. Turned out of play by Alphonso Davies. Throw in again for Hoffenheim, this one for Kaderabek to take. Looks like he's going to be launching this one into the area. Gets a fair bit of distance on it, but it's quite easily recovered by Bayern. But a bit of a sloppy touch there from Sane, gives it away, and a cross comes in, and it's only just over the top there. It was Bayer who got a touch on it. Over the top it went after a knee cross, and Bayern Munich a little bit sloppy in possession deep inside their own territory. They try to play it out from the back again, and again doesn't exactly work out as they were intending. This time Lima with the heavy touch. It's going to be another throw over on the far side, this one for Kramaric to take. No one in a particular hurry to try and get themselves free, but eventually goes it to Weghorst. Weghorst though can't pick out a teammate. Picked up again by Hoffenheim, and then a really poor shot from over 25 yards out. Anton Stack with the effort, and it really didn't even come close to troubling Manuel Neuer. Being put under pressure again here, Bayern, and they do manage to clear it away. Neuer being hurried by the Hoffenheim attackers. Deep play this time on the left-hand side from Bayern. Alphonso Davies tidying up, playing it back to de Ligt. Now it's with Upamecano after a touch from Lima. Kimmich into Davis. Out wide on the left wing is Leroy Sané. De Ligt over to the right hand side. He finds Lima. Musiala over on that far side. He can't find anyone in red and white. Well won back though by Bayern. Harry Kane over the top trying to find Leroy Sané. Sané can't reach that one quickly enough. It goes out of play on the Bayern left side. Quite a decent idea from Harry Kane. Doesn't quite work out. Now with 4 minutes gone, it's Bayern Munich 0, Hoffenheim 0. Hoffenheim have got a very good away record by their standards. 5 away wins already and 16 points. This is their best ever in the Bundesliga at this stage of the season. They're going to come under pressure tonight, and they will do in the next few seconds. But poor work this time by Musiala, giving the ball away over on the far side. Tries to win it back and does in fact win his side a throw in. Thomas Müller helping out over on that far side as well. Thrown forward to Musiala. He has to check back. And the ball rolls back to Upamecano. On the halfway line is De Ligt. Over to Alphonso Davies. He's got the short pass of Guerrero ahead of him. He uses him. It's back with De Ligt now, linking up with Upamecano on the halfway line. Lima has nowhere to go other than backwards. Finds Upamecano once more. They're working really hard without the ball, Hoffenheim, in these opening exchanges. Not really allowing Bayern too much time on the ball, but as I say that, De Ligt has found himself a little bit of space. Davis then plays the ball back to him. Going nowhere fast at the moment, Bayern, going from side to side. Lima. Musiala involved as well. That's an awful cross over from the far side. Gone about 20 yards higher and too far forward than Thomas Müller would have been hoping to play it. Now it will just be another goal kick for Baumann to take. He's got 2 options inside his own area, but having thought about it, looks like he now will be playing it long. Does so out to the right hand side. Davis challenging for it with Kaderabek. It's just got out of play. Kaderabek got a bang on the side of the head there from Davis. No foul, says the referee. I think Kaderabek made a bit of a meal of it. He is okay. He's going to be taking the throw in for Hoffenheim, 10 yards inside Bayern territory. Plays it to Kabak, but his touch a little bit too heavy, and Bayern are able to win possession midway inside their own half, and they now try to build another attack. But a long ball over the top from Joshua Kimmich. Can't pick out a teammate either, and it's rolled on through to Baumann, who waits for Harry Kane to get close to him before just picking it up and rolling it out to a teammate. And it's Hoffenheim's turn to try and build from the back. Up to Val Weghorst. He gets his big frame into the air and finds Bayer, but then he loses out. Bayern tried to play through the middle, but it's well tidied up at the back by Florian Grilic. Grilic just takes the no-nonsense approach, plays it out. Thomas Müller takes the throw for Bayern Munich as they try to ramp up the pressure. Matthias de Ligt over to the left. Alphonso Davies picks it up, cuts in field. The man outside of him that he uses is Leroy Sané. His turn to cut inside. Tries to thread one through, but he gets a lucky deflection and the ball ricochets back to him. But once again, he can't pick out a teammate. Enough bodies back there for Hoffenheim, and they tidy up. Now it's Kimmich who's picked up the loose ball. He links up with Guerrero. Square to Musiala. Guerrero continued his run without the ball. Neat pass into Musiala, back to him, Guerrero. Oh, and he's put the cross over. I think there's a flag up on the far side. There is. Guerrero, when he received the ball back there from Jamal Musiala. had straight offside. Looks like from the first replay that the assistant over on the far side made a really good call there. Not the most difficult decision for an official of this level, but nonetheless, correct call made. And once again, they've given it away. Harry Kane now inside the box, plays it across, and it was Guerrero out there who couldn't quite turn it in. Müller as well. Poor cross this time from Bayern, and it's Hoffenheim now on the break. Big horse is up there. Can Bayer find him? He just continued his run for now. Still running. Now he needs some support. Nice offload, and the shot from 25 yards over the top from Kramaric. Didn't catch that one as he would have liked, but a good break there from Hoffenheim. They almost gave the ball away. Almost committed the ultimate sin of just providing Harry Kane with the simplest of finishes. And Kane deciding not to take on the shot, played it across goal, and Thomas Müller wasn't quite in position to turn it home. Good ball it was from Harry Kane across the 6-yard box, but Thomas Müller, I think he just wasn't expecting such a glorious chance to present itself to Kane. Long ball from Manuel Neuer, Harry Kane underneath it, but he can't win the header. And Hoffenheim trying to break down the right-hand side with Kaderabek again, but Alphonso Davies for now has his number, plays it back to Neuer. Neuer goes long to Musiala, but Musiala is robbed of possession, and that was a bit of a waste, not for the first time this evening, from Anton Stach. Won the ball back well, and then not really sure what he was intending, but it was a bit of a poor shot in the end. And now Bayern breaking through the middle. They've played it up to Harry Kane, 25 yards out. His touch though is a little bit heavy, but no bother for Bayern because they've won the ball back with Davies. Davies floats it across. Looks like Müller who's gone down in the box, but the referee not interested. As Hoffenheim able to quite casually in the end play themselves out of trouble. Along the line they go, and another break is on. It's Bayer again, and he's been knocked to the ground, but no foul, says the referee. Good defending, according to Mr. Brandt, by Deo Upamecano. Thomas Tuchel really roaring his players on, whereas his opposite number, Pellegrino Matarazzo, is just calling for calm among his players, who are all well behind the ball as Jamal Musiala comes forward. Plays it to the right-hand side where Thomas Müller is waiting. Linking up in midfield now are Kimmich and Guerrero. Wide now to Alphonso Davies. Thinks about the cross. Decides against it for now. Uses Guerrero again. A heavy touch this time from him. It's been given away. De Ligt tries to win it back, but he can't do so. And Hoffenheim are up to the halfway line again. Bayer tries to find teammate Grisha Prömel ranging forward, and he's won his side a throw. Good work there from Prömel. Hoffenheim have the throw level with the edge of the Bayern penalty area. Just seeing a replay of that, what Hoffenheim thought was a foul by Deo Upamecano. The referee didn't give it, and it looks like it was a good decision. Hoffenheim, though, a bit wasteful with that throw-in. They've conceded one pretty much in the same position. Bayern Munich fans on their feet and getting animated for the first time really in this match, as their side try to play themselves out of their own half. Alphonso Davies using his speed, he's well over the halfway line and no one to stop him at the moment. Threads it through to Leroy Sané. Good turn from Sané. Can he get the shot away? No, and in fact he just passes the ball straight to an opposition player, Marius Bulter, who is able to clear. Did the hard part there, Sané, and then bit of a breakdown in communication. Not really sure who is intending to pick out with that pass. Little clip over the top from Kimmich doesn't work out. And again, the counter-attack is the option of choice for Hoffenheim, but for once, Bayern able to shut it down at source. Bulter, back to Stanley and Soki. Baumann, short ball to Kabak, then Kaderabek. 5 yards from their own goal line at the moment. Hoffenheim chip forward from Kabak, and it looks like they've won themselves a throw. And the last touch there came off Alphonso Davies. No, the referee decides that it's Bayern ball, and Davies takes the throw. He throws it 20 yards back to Matthias de Ligt. Square from him to Konrad Laimer. It's now 10 yards inside the Hoffenheim half. Back to Upamecano, and then de Ligt again, just inside Hoffenheim territory. Forward to Davies, but doesn't quite fancy a run there. Looks like his shoelaces come untied, so from a health and safety standpoint, good decision not to go on and sprint there. Thomas Müller. Attack still moving for Bayern. Neat work there by Guerrero. Can he find somebody? And a little deflection. Takes the ball out of play for a corner. It's going to be a corner for the home side, Bayern Munich, their first of the evening. Let's see what they can do with this one. It's going to be Leroy Sané coming over to take the corner on this near side. Now left-footed outswinger awaits us. Thomas Müller and Harry Kane making nuisances of themselves. In fact, Sané just plays it short to Guerrero. Guerrero in turn to Laimer. Back out wide to Guerrero again. Nice ball in field to Laimer. Can he get the shot away? Tries to dribble, take on his man. It looks like it was the wrong decision. Oh, Weghorst back there doing the defensive duties. He's come unstuck down in the corner now, and they've won it back through Musiala. Kane at the edge of the box. They're doing everything they can to possibly snuff out the shots. Hoffenheim, and it's worked well for them. Oh, for now at least, because that was a great tackle by Deo Upamecano, but he can't find a teammate in turn. And now, Hoffenheim on the break once more, over on the far side. It's Marius Bulter. Down the wing, taking on Joshua Kimmich. He's got to the edge of the area. He's still going, Bulter. Now, he tracks his run, just plays the ball back. Over comes the cross. Just knocked away by Alphonso Davies, and he manages to find Leroy Sané by hook or by crook, and now Sané taking on his man. His end-to-end stuff at the moment. Sané just leaves the ball behind, and in fact the referee did call the foul there, and he's shown the yellow card. It looks like it was Anton Stach who's been penalised and carded. And just a little pull back. His second yellow card of the season. He's not had the best start to the game, Stach. He's going to have to watch himself. He's in the... After the 16 minutes, he's picked up a yellow card. Bayern play the free kick short. They work their way up to the edge of the area, but there just seems to be an ocean of blue out the edge of the Hoffenheim area every time. They have so many players back there just snuffing out any shooting opportunity. Another cross comes in. Can they get a shot away this time? No, it's headed away. Hooked back in by Thomas Müller. Guerrero's there, but so is the defender Kramaric in this case. Struggling to clear their lines for the moment, Hoffenheim, but it looks like they've done enough. They can only turn the ball back to Alphonso Davies, who's 40 yards from goal. Short pass to de Ligt, then Guerrero. Neat ball into Musiala. Wise, he goes. Laimer. The short option is Kimmich. He uses him. Now wide to Thomas Müller. He puts the cross in. It's over the head of Guerrero. Harry Kane was looking at the back post, and it's headed out this time by Florian Grilic. It'll be another corner for Bayern. They tried the short option and they almost managed to get the better of Hoffenheim. Maybe a more direct approach with this one. It's going to be Laimer over on the far side to take this one. Nope, they'll go short again. Guerrero again. Sané's out there. They ball into Musiala, who fires it across, and how has that gone through? A huge crowd of bodies, and in the 18th minute, the first shot that Bayern Munich have had in the whole game, and it's beaten Oliver Baumann, and Bayern Munich have taken the lead. It's Jamal Musiala who's put them in front. It's his fourth goal in the Bundesliga this season. Smiles all round the stadium and on the bench for Bayern Munich. Difficult to say if they've really deserved to take that lead, Bayern Munich, because yes, they've had more of the ball in their territory, but they hadn't created anything at all. And the first half chance that they've had, and it's been fired in by Jamal Musiala. I said from the previous quarter they so nearly managed to outfox Hoffenheim. They tried it again, this time from the far side, and it worked. It was Lima who played the ball to Guerrero. Guerrero then linked up with Leroy Sané, and a really nice pass from Sané to feed Musiala. And he still had a lot to do, Musiala, because he was at a tight angle, a really tight angle on the right-hand side of the penalty area as Bayern were looking at it, and he fired it straight through the crowd and across goal. Kept it low, and it hit the base of the post, and in it went. We are back underway. Hoffenheim trying to mount something of a response. As it stands, Bayern Munich are 1-0 up, and that means that Bayern have now scored in 64 consecutive home Bundesliga matches in a row, and 43 consecutive Bundesliga matches in total. Hoffenheim themselves know the route to goal as well. Despite their poor form, they have scored in their last 20, which after Bayern's now 43 is the second best in, well, is the best in the Bundesliga. But they have some more defending to do. Sané, oh, well stood up there. Ozan Kabak doing good defensive work at the back for Hoffenheim. Maybe that was just what Bayern needed to try and click into gear. Was both these teams well rested. They had pre-season friendlies, or mid-season friendlies as I should say, over the last few days. But there's nothing quite like league action to really blow out a few cobwebs. And the way Bayern were not really synchronizing in attack, it gave the impression that they are still very much coming out of hibernation. Perhaps that goal has just oiled the machine, and we might see the best of them yet in this game. Alphonso Davies back to Guerrero. Matthias de Ligt. The advertising boards all around the ground, just reading Danke Franz, as the tributes to Franz Beckenbauer continue in this game. Alphonso Davies. Guerrero now cuts in from the left-hand side. Leroy Sané and Joshua Kimmich involved as well. Back to Matthias de Ligt. Now Deo Upamecano. Leroy Sané. Sané though with a heavy touch. Kramaric trying to break up the play, and Hoffenheim have won themselves a free kick midway inside their own half. And a chance for a little bit of pressure to be relieved. Kramaric, Adurabek and Florian Grilic linking up. Baumann then plays the ball out to the right-hand side, but a poor touch by the man out wide. It's given it back to Bayern, then Guerrero's ball is behind Leroy Sané. Perhaps the machine isn't quite perfectly oiled just yet. He was perhaps only 5 yards from the dead ball line there, Jamal Musiala, when he took the shot, and wasn't even inside the 6-yard box. So this gives you an idea of the tight angle with which he had to work. And that's the goal that's given Bayern Munich a 1-0 advantage in this game. You're listening live on Flash Score as the Bundesliga is back after the winter break. Premier League going through its winter break at the moment. It's a staggered winter break. Hoffenheim have had 3 shots in this game. Bayern Munich have just 1. Hoffenheims haven't come close to troubling Manuel Neuer. And Oliver Baumann didn't even get a glance at Jamal Musiala's efforts, which arrowed straight past him and into the back of the net. Bayern in possession again. Alphonso Davies. Joshua Kimmich turns back and plays it to Upamecano. Forward to Leimer. Muller out wide on the right. Leimer again. Back into his own half. He plays it to Upamecano. It's being well tracked by Bayer. Plays it square to De Ligt. This head up. Takes the 1-2 with Guerrero. Now Davies. Skips infield and just lays it off to Joshua Kimmich, and Bayern in full control of the ball at the moment. Again, Upamecano. Wide to Muller, trying to link up with Leimer, who got forward. Back infield to Muller, and its touch just lets him down. But Bayern weren't out of possession for very long. Musiala on the right hand side, trying to cut in field. Too many blue bodies back there, and they're able to clear it away to Manuel Neuer, who's only about 15-20 yards inside the Hoffenheim half. And I can't believe I've got to the 25th minute of the game without mentioning that Manuel Neuer tonight is making his 500th appearance in a Bayern shirt. He's on the ball now. 4 clean sheets for him this season. 499 appearances over the break make that 500, and he could mark it with an assist, because that's a wonderful ball over the top. But oh, good recovering challenge by Stanley and Socki, but the attack's still on. Davies. It was Thomas Muller who had made the run forward and beat the offside trap, and Neuer spotted him. Guerrero. Upamecano now getting forward, as is Leimer over on the far side. Short pass infield to Musiala, 20 yards out, trying to skip past a couple of defenders, but tried to do a little bit too much. Kramaric trying to break out, but he had 3-4 bodies around him and he's lost out. Guerrero tries to find Kane at the edge of the area, he turns, but again Hoffenheim do well against the England captain. And in fact, they've won themselves a free kick after the foul by Jamal Musiala. Manuel Neuer been at Bayern since 2011, having joined from Schalke. 11 Bundesliga wins, 2 Champions Leagues, and of course, if it wasn't for the sad passing of Franz Beckenbauer, then I'm sure tonight would have been all about Manuel Neuer and his 500th appearance, but it's been somewhat overshadowed. Of course, I'm sure Manuel Neuer wouldn't want it to be any other way. Tonight is all about saying Danke Franz. And nonetheless, a fantastic achievement for a man with 117 appearances for Germany and a World Cup his locker as well. I mean, his cabinet, I should say. Or at least the medal is in his cabinet. I'm not sure if he's taken the World Cup trophy home as well. I'm sure that wouldn't be allowed. Anyway, 27.5 minutes gone. It's Bayern Munich 1, Hoffenheim 0. And very much the status quo is being resumed at the moment. Bayern Munich in possession, just inside the Hoffenheim half. The ball has been in that area and controlled by that team for the majority of this game. Harry Kane coming deep. Pretty much for the first time in this game that Kane's come deep to try and receive the ball. He's, I think, getting a bit frustrated. Hoffenheim able to keep track of him well when he's been lingering at the edge of the box, but he wants to get a bit more involved. Ball out wide now with Leimer, trying to take on Prömel, and plays it back to Upamecano. He thought about the ball over the top, just decided to play it short. It's made its way over to Alphonso Davies now. On the wide outside is Leroy Sané, links up with Guerrero, then drives forward himself, but loses control at the vital moment. Thankfully for him, Guerrero was there to lash the ball back to Upamecano. Now Musiala on the far side. Guerrero again at the edge of the box. Once again, he can't quite work that shooting opportunity. The ball bouncing around a few yards outside the Hoffenheim half. No one able to bring it down. Then Muller gets a good touch on the ball, and in comes his cross. And it's just headed, glanced towards goal by Leroy Sané. I think it was going wide, but Baumann had to make sure, and it was not so much a save rather than a control of the ball from Oliver Baumann. Rolls the ball out. Ozan Kabak. Heavy touch there by Anton Stach, and Grilic has to go and tidy up. Kabak as well. Now Nsocki getting forward over on the far side. Infield they come to Kramaric. Kramaric over to Kaderabek. This is better from Hoffenheim. Cross comes in. Where's it going to bounce? Shot from the edge of the box is over the top. That's the best we've seen of Hoffenheim since going behind, really. It just turned into another effort over the top. This time Anton Stach. It was a difficult opportunity, the bouncing ball, and he just got his foot underneath it and sliced it over the top. But again, Hoffenheim showing why they have scored a fair few goals this season. In fact, they've scored 32 in their 16 games. I'm no mathematician, but I make that 2 goals per game. Bayern, of course, played 1 game fewer after one fixture back in late November was snowed off, I should say. Jamal Musiala and Thomas Müller on the far side, just having a bit of a case of crossed wires. Can't pick each other out, and the ball goes out of play. And Hoffenheim resume proceedings with the goal kick, which they play short. Anton Stach winning a throw-in on the near side. Just to decide to let Kaderabek take it as he resumes his position. Kaderabek, the Czech, will have another throw-in to take. 48 caps for the Czech Republic. Scored against Heidenheim this season. A long-time servant of Hoffenheim himself. This is 240th appearance. Nearly 9 years that he's been there. Neat work through the middle. Stach involved, plays it forward to Promel, but his touch lets him down. Bayern chip it forward to Kane, who chests it and brings the ball under his spell. Wide to Guerrero, back in field to Kane. Kane thinks about an effort from a good 30 yards, but then decides ball square to Leimer is the better option. Upamecano now. Square to Kimmich. Alphonso Davies. Wide of him is Guerrero, who's operating as left winger at the moment. Davies again, Sané. Everything coming through Davies. Upamecano receives the ball and plays it wide. Thomas Müller cuts in from the right hand side. De Ligt getting involved in the attack. Davies once more. De Ligt, who's good 35-40 yards out, takes a touch and plays the ball coolly out to Leroy Sané. 1-2 between Guerrero and Davies. Hoffenheim just chasing shadows at the moment, while Bayern enjoy the lion's share of possession and territory. And they're being frustrated when it comes to shooting opportunities. They're trying to carve out another one at the moment. De Ligt. Davies. Now Guerrero. Neat ball back to the Canadian. He stabs on through to Sané, but it was a difficult one for him to control. And as a result, Rafael Guerrero wasn't able to keep the ball in play. Out it goes, and another attack breaks down before it ever materialized into one. Hoffenheim with a throw, 15 yards inside their own half. Kaderabek picks out a man, then receives the ball back, plays it into Bayern half, but it's headed forward fairly comfortably by De Ligt. Kimmich now tidying up. Ian Lima exchanging short passes. De Upamecano square to Matthias De Ligt. Alphonso Davies back to Guerrero. De Ligt once more. Sane made the run, but De Ligt didn't play the ball over the top. Stack now with Upamecano. Thomas Muller. De Upamecano, the Frenchman again. Jamal Musiala cutting back and getting De Ligt involved once again. Now Alphonso Davies. They've worked it forward now to the edge of the box. Sane out wide. Guerrero and quickly across to him was Florian Grilic to cut out the cross. Out of play it goes. Throw in for Bayern, 5 yards from the corner flag. Davies takes. Can he pick out a teammate? No foul, says the referee, as Thomas Muller went down in a bit of a crumple. Hoffenheim clear it away and headed out by De Upamecano. Pellegrino Matarazzo tries to get things moving for his side. Thomas Muller looking a bit more sedentary, sitting on the touchline. Another throw comes in, played to Franz Beckenbauer. He goes down under some pressure and has won a free kick. The referee now just trying to cool things down after Beckenbauer gives Thomas Muller a bit of a shove. Hoffenheim do take the free kick and play it short. So now they try to create something coming through the middle, but breaks down. Anton Stack not able to receive the second ball. We're inside the last 10 minutes of the first half. I can't imagine we'll have too much in the way of stoppages unless we have an issue in these last few minutes of the half. I mean, a reasonably free-flowing game. And we've just had the one goal from Jamal Musiala, putting Bayern ahead by a goal to nil. Upamecano and Lima. Matthias De Ligt sprints forward 10-15 yards and then lays it out to Davies. Guerrero back to De Ligt. His pass though was rather telegraphed and it's been picked off over on the far side by Kramaric. Kramaric now trying to take on Musiala and Lima and losing out. Maximilian Bayer was sprinting forward, but Kramaric wasn't able to pick him out. Davies tries to throw one through to Sane, but it's just behind him. Kane looking for the second ball, but he can't win it cleanly. Given away though. Musiala to the edge of the box. Square to Leroy Sané, into Harry Kane. Kane, Guerrero, and he's closed down by the goalkeeper, Baumann, as he tried just to hook the ball back across goal. Again at a tight angle. Baumann alert to this one. Out of play it goes. Sane takes the throw. Davies into Kane. Kane, he thinks about the shot. He takes the shot from 25 plus yards. And it was deflected, but the deflection only made it easier in this case for Oliver Baumann. And we have had a second Bayern Munich shot on target. And maybe just an effort of frustration from Harry Kane. He's desperate just to get some sort of effort on goal. Chance now for Hoffenheim to create something. Kramaric plays it out wide to Bulter. Getting involved is Anton Stack. Bayern do get plenty of bodies back and they force Hoffenheim back into their own half, but they are still in comfortable possession with Florian Grilic. Now Pavel Kaderabak. Grilic again through the middle. Anton Stack turns and goes out wide to Kaderabek again. Infield he goes. Bulter. Neat pass out wide. Stack, who's assumed the right winger position. He goes cross field. That's a lovely ball out wide. Neat touch in and a good strike. It was straight up Manuel Neuer, but a really decent effort by Andrej Kramaric, the Croatian, arriving late into the penalty area. and he's just waited for the ball to bounce to the optimum height before swinging his right foot at it from the left-hand side of the area, and he made a good contact with the outside of his foot to turn it on target. That's the first Hoffenheim effort on target. We're in the 39th minute. It was straight into the midriff of Manuel Neuer, who was never going to let that one in. But again, promising signs from Hoffenheim. They're very much still in this game, even if they must be way, way down in terms of possession. And that was rather unorthodox, I want to call it a clearance, but into the attack at least. Interception from Florian Grillitsch, just diving in feet first and launching the ball back 20 yards to his own goalkeeper, who caught it. Not adjudged to be a back pass by the referee. We've got 5.5 minutes to go in this half, I should say. Davis out wide to Leroy Sané. Bayern will be looking for a second goal to give themselves some breathing space at half time, but now Anton Stach is bringing it forward for Hoffenheim. Can he find a teammate? He does in Wout Weghorst, out wide to Bayer. He puts the cross in. It's behind Weghorst though, and Bayern are going to be able to clear it away. Harry Kane getting back there. Former Tottenham man against the former Manchester United loanee. Kane getting the better of Weghorst. Up to Musiala now. Thomas Müller on the right hand side. He's slowed things right down to allow his teammates to get forward, and then he just plays it to Musiala anyway. Looks like all he's done there, Thomas Müller, by slowing it down, is allowing Hoffenheim to get more players back. Square now to Leroy Sané. Wide to Davis. Davis into the area. Oh, it was just beyond Guerrero, but has it broken to Musiala? Goes the long way round, needs some support. Manages to find Davis again at the edge of the box. Sané. Upamecano in space. He takes a shot from long range. Did it deflect? Apparently not, says the referee. And Upamecano with a grimace trudges back into his own half. Didn't really catch that one particularly well. It was swerving away from goal from 25 yards out. Looked like it was the right decision there to take the shot on. Trusted himself. Has scored once so far this season against Borussia Dortmund. Former RB Leipzig player, of course. Loose ball on the halfway line, picked up by Hoffenheim. Can they create something this time? No, foul. And another yellow card. Late challenge there, says the referee. This time it's Grisha Promel, who's gone into the referee's notebook. Oh, and he did catch Thomas Müller there. Müller just beating him to the loose ball. And Grisha Promel's studs catching the top of Thomas Müller's foot. Painful one for the veteran German international. So free kick for Bayern on the halfway line. It's going to be Lima to take it. He just rolls the ball 5 yards back to Upamecano. He uses Joshua Kimmich. Now out wide to Lima once more. Into Musiala. Musiala loses out. The ball's going to break though for Alphonso Davies on the left hand side. Gets his head up. Just then plays the ball in field to Kimmich. Upamecano doesn't take the shot on this time. Instead finds Lima. Lima to Müller. Müller gets to the byline, puts the cross in. It's on Harry Kane's head. But Kane can't direct the header goal. Was headed away by one of the Hoffenheim defenders out to Davis. They try something through the middle. Guerrero involved, but no, it doesn't work out. And the break is on for Hoffenheim again. They're coming straight through the middle. It's Florian Grillitsch. Grillitsch manages to pick out Wout Weghorst. Weghorst infield, 25 yards out, lays it back to Stach. Grisha Promel. Now Bulter on the left-hand side. Chance for the cross. They roll it back to Promel instead. Stach. Well, they probably weren't incisive enough there, Hoffenheim. They're still in possession inside the Bayern half, but They're going to have to move the ball quicker. They've been forced back now. Ozan Kabak, the last man in blue, back. He needs support from Stacker. They've gone all the way back to their own goalkeeper. 1-2 between Baumann and Soki. Baumann again, all in bright yellow this evening. Kabak over the top looking for Wout Weghorst. It just bounces off his chest and goes out of play. Plenty of speed and effort in the counter-attack from Hoffenheim, but when they get to the final third, they just, for my money, slowed things down way too much, and in doing so, lost the opportunity. We're inside the last minute of the 45. Bayern Munich trying to carve out one more chance, possibly, before the half comes to an end. Davis into Guerrero, who's forced back. Uses Upamecano, who's 15 yards inside Hoffenheim territory. Square to Matthias de Ligt. De Ligt getting forward a few yards. Finds Muller just the edge of the box. Out wide to Sane. His cross comes in, it's headed out. Kept alive though by Guerrero. Musiala on the far side. Kimmich, and his strike is clean with the inside of his right foot, but it's straight at Oliver Baumann, who clutches it with two hands. Really good defensive work, generally speaking, in this half from Hoffenheim. Just falling asleep slightly. Now one corner, and they've been punished. 1 minute's been added on. Grisha Prommel on the right hand side for Hoffenheim. Plays it back to Kaderabek. Infield to Weghorst. Weghorst with his back to goal. Nicely out wide to Prommel again. Feeds Kaderabek, his first time cross. Headed away easily by Matthias de Ligt. It's gone out for another Hoffenheim throw. There's just over 20 seconds of the additional minutes still remaining. So they're going to have to hurry up with this throw. Kaderabek is preparing himself to hurl another one into the area. Also looking for Weghorst, chested down. Looking for Grisha Prommel, and he can't pick out Maximilian Bayer. And it goes on through to Neuer, who punts one long, looking for Kane. Kane trying to get onto the loose ball, but it's picked up by Oliver Baumann. And with that, the referee brings the first half to an end, and it's been a fairly frustrating half for both teams. Bayern Munich do have the lead. They'll certainly be happy about that, but they won't be happy with how much they've created in this half. The one goal coming from Jamal Musiala. Hoffenheim will be frustrated that all their hard work in defence still sees them behind, and they'll be frustrated not to have done more, despite causing Bayern some problems on the counter-attack. But at the half, everything's still to play for in this 10 minutes. again, everybody. Welcome back to Flash Scores Live and unofficial coverage of tonight's Bundesliga match. Bayern Munich leading by 1-0 against Hoffenheim. Jamal Musiala scoring in the 18th minute for the team, lying second in the league table at the moment. A win will take them within one of Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen have played 16 matches already. This, of course, Bayern's 16th. So, breathing down the necks of the team from Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso's men, who will play later this weekend. The Bayern players are just making their way down the steps before they come out through the tunnel onto the Allianz Arena surface. They've not created too many opportunities, but the one that they did create through Jamal Musiala is the one that counts so far, because they lead by 1-0. The whole of the outside of the Allianz Arena lit up in a red background with Danke Franz written on the outside of the stadium. Thomas Tuchel, the current man in the hot seat, which Beckenbauer himself undertook a couple of times during his long and distinguished career before moving upstairs to becoming the club president. Beckenbauer, of course, played a huge role in bringing the 2006 World Cup to Germany, which this stadium was readied for. Hosted one of the semi-finals. If memory serves correctly, it also hosted the opening game between Germany and Costa Rica. That amazing game with the daughter of Philip Lahm, Torsten Frings, Paolo Wanchop for Costa Rica as well. Back to this evening's proceedings. Bayern Munich have Manuel Neuer in goal, making his 500th appearance in the Bayern Munich shirt. Ahead of him are Konrad Laimer, Deo Upamecano, Matthias de Ligt and Alphonso Davies. Joshua Kimmich, Rafael Guerrero, Thomas Müller, Leroy Sané and Jamal Musiala are the midfielders. Harry Kane up front. Couple of corrections on the bench. I missed off Lovro Zvonarek from the Bayern bench. He's yet to make his debut for the first team. And there's plenty of experience around him, though, with Sven Ulreich, Kingsley Coman, Leon Goretzka, Franz Kreuzrich, Matthias Tell, Noel Aseko, and Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, as well as Alexander Pavlovic on the bench. For the Bavarians, for the Kraichgauer, Hoffenheim, Oliver Baumann is in goal. Ozan Kabak, Stanley Nsoki and Florian Grilic are the defenders. Anton Stach, who's on a yellow card, is in midfield. Also in field and on a yellow card is Grisha Prömel. Marius Bulta, Pavel Kaderabek and Andrei Kramaric are in midfield. And Maximilian Bayer and Wout Weghorst, who have had little to feed on in this first half, are the two men up front. John Brooks, Umit Tuhumshu, Ilias Bebu, Finn Olabeka, Robert Skov, Kevin Akpaguma, Tom Bischoff, Attila Salai and Luca Philipp are on the bench for Hoffenheim, who will be kicking us off in the second half, going from right to left as I look at things on my screen. They've only kept one Bundesliga clean sheet all season, Hoffenheim, and they'll be quite frustrated that they didn't manage to keep one in that first half. So much good defensive work from their part, but Bayern, as usual, they did find a route to goal. And we are back underway for the second half. Plenty of fans yet to take their seats for the second 45 minutes. It's played over the top by Hoffenheim, but back there to deal with it is Deo Upamecano. No substitutions at half time. Now Bayern in possession inside their own half through Joshua Kimmich. Now Deo Upamecano Guerrero with his first touch, plays it back 20 yards, and it's behind Matthias de Ligt, but under no pressure he's able to go and gather comfortably. Forward to Alphonso Davies into Hoffenheim territory, square to Guerrero. Ahead of him now is Lima. Out wide is Thomas Müller on the wing. Guerrero just tries to thread one through nicely to Müller, but it's well gathered by Hoffenheim, who are on the break. Bayer trying to get past Upamecano, who's gone down the edge of the box, but again, just a tangle of legs, says the referee, no foul. And the ball spun into the path of Manuel Neuer, who gathered, and he sets Bayern Munich in motion again. They go wide to Lima. Lays it off to Thomas Müller. Back he goes to Joshua Kimmich, square. De Ligt on a venture forward once again. Davis in field, lovely 1-2 between him and Thomas Müller, but as he entered the area he couldn't then feed Harry Kane, who was lurking around the edge of the penalty spot. Beyond the Englishman and out of play for a goal kick, and Bayern knew that they were onto something there, but they couldn't quite pull it off. 2 minutes gone in the second half. You're listening to Flash Score. I'm your commentator, Anthony Thomas. It's 1-0 to Bayern Munich, but they have conceded a free kick just inside their own half, which Grisha Promel takes. Back to Stanley Nsocki now. Nsocki with a quick 1-2 out wide with Marius Bulter, I should say. Bulter again, neat one over the top for Weghorst. Weghorst plays it back to Stack. Stack neatly into Kramaric. Kramaric plays it out wide, looking for Weghorst in the middle. It ricochets back. It's going to be Kaderabek again to recover. Stack, heavy touch from him, and that's where the attack ends. One back by Musiala. Stack trying to recover, but he can't win it back from Leroy Sané. Now with Harry Kane. Kane to Musiala, back to goal, 25 yards out. Nice ball out wide to Müller. Müller is deflected his cross and cleared away by Hoffenheim. Not the best clearance really. Where's it going to land? Out of Hoffenheim foot, and they clear up to Bayer just inside their own half. He does well. He turns and releases some of the pressure and waits for players to get forward around him. Uses one of them. Kramaric infield. He's got a bit of space. Uses it and goes wide to Bulter. Bulter with a low cross, and it's too close to Manuel Neuer. Neuer gets 30 yards on the throw and falls to the ground as he threw it with so much effort. Kane now over the top. Lucky bounce. Who's going to win this one? Is Musiala going to get on the end of it? Yes, he will. Great recovering tackle, though, by Stanley Nsocki, who got back. No foul, says the referee. Looked like Musiala was in there. Thomas Tuchel having words with the fourth official, but play continues. 4 minutes gone in the second half. And Hoffenheim, they don't really know what to do with it at the moment. Musiala and Baumann are having words with each other. It's all very cool-tempered, even-tempered. For a moment, Hoffenheim were just checking, should we play this one out? Should we keep going? What's the deal here? They have kept going, and they played it forward. Stack. Back to Kramaric. Kramaric again, wide to Kaderabek. Good cross from him, and the header is won in the middle by Bayer, but he's not able to head it goalwards. See a first replay of that chance. It just looks like a great tackle. Great recovering tackle by Stanley Nsocki. Just managed to beat Jamal Musiala to the ball. Very strange situation of a 50-50 challenge about 8 yards from goal, with just the goalkeeper ahead of the pair of them. Bayern making a little bit of a meal of playing it out from the back, but they do just enough. And this time there is a foul given against Nsocki. This one on Thomas Müller. A hand across the face there. Can't really have too many complaints there. Nsocki, who's done very well so far. He has only played 20 4 minutes in all competitions this season, and in fact only 1 minute of action since September, been out with a knee injury. And with Kevin Vogt moving just yesterday to Union Berlin, he's got some big shoes to fill. He's filling them very well so far in this game, and they've won possession again. They're on the move once more, Hoffenheim. They made a bright start to the second half. It's Bulter thinking about the cross, then he finally cuts in field, lays it out wide. Kramaric is there, he's got Kaderabek on the overlap, cuts back in and takes a shot. It's gone well over the top in the end. Not a great effort from Kramaric. That's one shot to really summarise the quality of the Hoffenheim shooting so far in this game. They've had a few wild efforts off target from decent range, and that one just adding to the list. And it's not a strange decision, but quite a questionable decision from the manager Materazzo to go with a back three this evening rather than a back four, especially when Kramaric and Kaderabek, who were named as the men out wide, are definitely operating as wingers rather than wing backs. John Brooks dropping to the bench for Hoffenheim for this game. Again, they're putting Bayern under pressure when they try and play it out from the back, but they do enough in the end again. Bayern Munich, Alphonso Davies going on a run now. He's lost out. Kramaric again trying to get himself involved in the action. He's committed a foul on this occasion. Kramaric has a great record against Bayern. He's scored 5 times in 14 appearances. I say great, I mean it doesn't sound that good, but not many players have scored 5 against Bayern Munich. Müller this time into Musiala. Bayern are 25, now 30 yards from the Hoffenheim goal. Out to the right hand side with Musiala. He's got Müller ahead of him. He stays on side, Müller. Cross goal he goes, it's punched away. Where's it going to drop? Sane just tries to hook it back into a danger area, but it's behind anyone in a red and white kit, and they're able to clear away Hoffenheim. No problem there from Upamecano, under a bit of pressure from Bayer, manages to find his goalkeeper, and Bayern are on the move once again. Guerrero. They go over the top looking for Leroy Sané, but it's just bouncing away from him, and out of possession, out of play it goes. Goal kick for Hoffenheim. It's a decent punch by Oliver Baumann under some pressure, and it looks like he may have got caught on that one. He was grimacing somewhat as he went to take that goal kick, which he plays to just outside of his area, wide to Nsocki, and he's won Hoffenheim a throw-in. Marius Bulter to take this one, deep inside his own half. Good touch by Grisha Promel to play it back to Nsocki, close to his own corner flag, and Nsocki tries to clear. But Thomas Müller was in the way. Another throw-in, and they've given it away this time in a dangerous area. Bayern. Müller infield to Sane, who strikes from 25 yards. He didn't really get too much power behind that one. Really comfortable gather for Oliver Baumann. He sets Hoffenheim on their way again. Played back to Grealish. Baumann, this time he spreads it to Nsocki. Given away though by Kabak. Good work by Harry Kane. Kane to the edge of the area, pulls it back, and this time it is 2-0. This flag's up, hands up on the far side, and on this near side the assistant's flag is up. It's offside. This time it was Kabak getting himself in a right muddle, and Harry Kane picked him off, played it back to Müller, and then as Müller tried to return the favour, Harry Kane was in an offside position. Kane played it across goal and was turned in to the back of the net by Sane. And he was denied a minute or so ago by Baumann. He's been denied by the assistant's flag on this occasion. It stays Bayern Munich 1, Hoffenheim 0. At the moment, Hoffenheim really struggling to get out their own half. Meccano now under a bit of pressure from Bayer, as I say that, and he's been forced to go all the way back to Neuer. Neuer quickly releases Alphonso Davies into Guerrero. Guerrero to Musiala. He turns really well, Musiala, and beats Harry Kane. Kane with a strike is deflected over the top of the bar. It's going to be a corner for Bayern Munich. And that was much better by the record German champions. Really good play, particularly from Jamal Musiala. His quick turn and pass really opened up the opportunity for Bayern Munich. That's what they've been lacking for a lot of this game. I don't want to be too critical of them because they are, of course, winning the game. That's the most important thing. They're trying another short corner, which worked so well for them in the first half. Sane, back to Guerrero now. To Musiala. Musiala wandering across the edge of the box. Back to Davies. Kimmich back away to Guerrero. Neat pass forward to Muller. Muller clips across into the area, headed away by Nshoki. And then booted forward. Neuer right up to the halfway line. Lovely first touch from him to find Davies. Now on Neuer in a bit of a hurry, if nobody else is. Kane with a lovely deep cross, and it's just beyond Thomas Muller. I've seen that so often this season and so many times in his Tottenham days. Harry Kane, where he just whistles across towards the back post, and it's quite incredible how he gets so much power onto those crosses. He almost has zero backlift with his foot before playing it over. He just whistles over, and again a poor touch has allowed Guerrero to win it back. Musiala with a strike, it's off the post. Was it going to bounce? Oh, and couldn't be turned home. Thomas Muller on the rebound couldn't connect with it properly, and it bounces once and into the hands of Baumann. And at the moment, Hoffenheim getting picked off in their own half time and time again, and somehow they haven't been punished for it, not yet at least. Great strike by Musiala, his first, well, I should say his goal rather than his first goal. Hit the post and went in. This one hit the post and came straight back out. They played the ball forward now, Hoffenheim into the Bayern penalty area, but it's beyond Weghorst. Really good strike from Musiala. Seeing a replay now, 22 yards from goal. Central position, tried to curl it to the left-hand side of Oliver Baumann. This came after great work from Guerrero to win the ball back inside Hoffenheim's territory. We are back inside Hoffenheim's territory now, and Bayern are in possession again. Upamecano, 15 yards beyond the halfway line. Wide to Leimer, who's been fairly quiet in the second half thus far. Joshua Kimmich spreads out to Muller. Oh, and lovely ball infield from Muller, and Leimer, who was, I was saying just now how quiet he was. He almost grabbed himself a goal. He continued his run and beat the offside trap perfectly. Muller was on the wide outside, and his first time ball was so neat into Konrad Leimer. Timed his run perfectly into the box. Looking for his first goal in the Bundesliga, at least for Bayern. He did score against Munster in the Deutsche Pokal. Strike from Davies is palmed away. Leimer now back into the area. Hoffenheim scrambling it away. Back out to Davies, 25 yards from goal. Now Kimmich over the top. Sane's up there, and Muller with a header. It's straight to Baumann again, who just calls for calm as he plays the ball down, allows his teammates to get into position. Short pass to Ozan Kabak. Kabak, of course, former Liverpool and Norwich loanee, on loan from RB Leipzig. to Bulter now. Bulter believes he was fouled, and the referee agrees. Foul this time by Lima. Or could have been Lima, could have been Muller. I think it was Muller's foul. They both had a bit of a nibble. It was Thomas Muller, the man who's been penalised. Free kick taken by Shirky. Kramaric, who's swap wings on the left-hand side now. Bulter, good cross. It's just beyond the strikers. They're trying to keep it alive. They just can't get the shot away. Kramaric, lovely turn from him. But Lima getting back there, breaking up the play, but one back by Nsoki. Bulter again, and another low cross is cut out this time, and Hoffenheim have their first corner of the match. They're still in this, Hoffenheim, despite so much of the game being played around the edge of their own penalty area, certainly in their own half of the field. And Andrej Kramaric, who couldn't force his way into the Leicester City team the year they won the Premier League. He got sent out on loan to Hoffenheim that January. 8 years ago now. He's been wearing the blue of Hoffenheim ever since. He's going to be taking this entering corner. Over it comes towards the centre, and Shoki can't win the header. Headed away by Matthias de Ligt. Bulter back to Kramaric. Another deep cross from him. It's kept alive at the back post. Can they head it on? Oh, no, just wise. It was Bayer 6 yards out. And did Neuer save that one? I think he did get something on it to divert it out for another corner. Kept alive at the far post. And Neuer, that was a spectacular save. Looks like it was Kabak at the far post. Headed it back across goal. Bayer was there. And Hoffenheim's top scorer was thwarted on that occasion by Manuel Neuer, who stayed big, made the save. Over comes the next corner, but he's going to have a retake. The referee not happy with something there. And Soki and Joshua Kimmich coming to blows. 63 minutes gone, not quite, in this game. Kimmich just went to ground very easily as the corner came over. So we reset, and Kramaric again, another in-swinger with his right foot from this near side. Over it comes now from the Croatian, another one deep to the back post. They can't keep this one alive though. Meccano wins the header, and Davis is first to the loose ball. Thomas Muller involved, trying to work something with Leroy Sané. As a rather audacious attempt at a 1-2. Doesn't quite work out, and Hoffenheim play it back to Baumann, and they've been flicked on. This is a great chance. Kramaric at the edge of the area. Oh, another great save by by Manuel Neuer, I should say. Still alive, and then Lima makes the tackle against Kramaric. They just went route one there, Hoffenheim. Baumann went long. I'm not sure if Val Veghorst really got much of a touch on that, or whether it was flicked on by Upamecano. It may have even just got over the heads of both of them, but Kramaric was stealing in behind. And he had a free effort on goal, but Manuel Neuer thwarted him. Chipped into the Hoffenheim area this time. It's end-to-end stuff again, and Baumann brings it down and plays it short on this occasion. The last few minutes, Hoffenheim really have been putting Bayern Munich under all sorts of pressure, and Manuel Neuer has come to their rescue on 2 occasions in the last few minutes. Hoffenheim have their tails up, and they're into Bayern Munich territory again. We're in the 65th minute. We're yet to see a substitution from either side. Clipped over the top by Kabak, flicked on. This is a great chance. Oh, and he's hit the top of the bar. It's Maximilian Bayer. Oh, how has he not hit the target from that one? They're loving this simple stuff over the top. This time it was flicked on by Kramaric, perfectly into the path of Bayer, who stretched for it, waited for the bounce of the ball, swung a right foot at it, but just got his foot underneath it, and it clipped the top of the crossbar and went over. That was the best opportunity of the lot for Hoffenheim. I don't think Neuer would have got to that one if he'd kept it down. It's astounds me that it's still Bayern Munich 1, Hoffenheim 0. 25 minutes still remaining in this one. Anything can happen. And the Bayern Munich fans getting a little bit frustrated, getting a little bit restless now. Their team a few minutes ago seemed to have Hoffenheim exactly where they wanted them, and they were creating chances. They hit the woodwork themselves. Now it's the visitors who are being denied by the frames of the goal. Bolter's clearance is charged down. It came off him. It's going to be a throw into Bayern, which they take quickly. Muller looking for Leimer. Good defending that time by Hoffenheim, and they've won themselves a goal kick. Bolter's had a superb game, particularly in the second half. Really causing some problems. All goes out of play over on the far side. Will be a Hoffenheim throw-in inside their own half. Which they take to Anton Stach. Trying to go on a run down the far side, but Bayern Munich win possession back. Have a look at the expected goals for this game. You can have your own opinion on the expected goals, but it's just the metric. It just shows you the chances of this game, and it's 1.05 for Bayern Munich and 1.42 for Hoffenheim. And what that tells us is that Hoffenheim have had the better chances and they haven't taken them. That's all it shows. And it's still Bayern Munich 1, Hoffenheim 0 as we enter the last quarter of the match. In the Premier League, Burnley lead Luton Town by a goal to nil. Zeki Amdouni with the goal in the first half. Bayern Munich looking for more goals here. Kimmich, Musiala now. Musiala being forced back to the halfway line. He turns, wins the advantage from the referee and plays it wide to Alphonso Davies. Davies gets inside the area, finds Musiala again, and then they just sat up him nicely. He swung a left boot at it and fired it high over the top of the crossbar. Seeing replays of some of the chances that both teams have had. Davies forcing a save, Bayer with that header, shot from Kramaric as well. This second half has been much livelier than the first, and that chance from Maximilian Bayer, which he hit the crossbar, probably even a better one than the header which Neuer saved. And as a result, Hoffenheim's record of goals in their last 20 Bundesliga fixtures is under threat. They've got 21 minutes plus stoppage time to try and find the back of the net. It would be a huge goal if they pull it off, especially if they manage to frustrate Bayern Munich. Badeo Upamecano is coming forward for Bayern. Lovely touch there from Musiala, gets the edge of the area, out to Sane, Musiala, oh, that was beautifully done by Bayern Munich, and they have taken a 2-goal lead, and Hoffenheim have been made to pay for not taking their chances. Wonderful work on the left-hand side of the area between Jamal Musiala and Leroy Sané. It all started with Upamecano just stealing 10-20 yards into the Hoffenheim half of the field. Found Musiala 20-25 yards out. No one could stop him. He jinked away from Ozan Kabak, found Leroy Sané, and Sané faked the shot himself from a tight angle, just rolled it back into the path of Musiala, and Musiala swept it home for his second goal of the evening. And with 20 minutes remaining, the man who played at youth level for England, he is now a full German international, has scored both goals. It's Bayern Munich 2, Hoffenheim 0. Hoffenheim give it away again to Guerrero inside the area. Guerrero just waits for Harry Kane to become available on the far side. He finds Kane, but he's been forced out wide. He wins his side a throw in. Kane takes it quickly to Davis. Davis back to Kimmich. Gets Upamecano involved again. Lima. Loose ball from him. Well defended by Zoki. And through the middle they come again, Hoffenheim. They're still looking dangerous on the counter-attacker. They found Bayer on the left-hand side into Weghorst, and his touch is just too heavy as he enters the penalty area. And it's his countryman, Matthias de Ligt, who wins the ball back from him. And it's Bayern's turn to break now. Through the middle comes Thomas Müller. Müller skips away from one challenger and finds Harry Kane on the left-hand side. Kane into the area, thinks about the shot, does take the shot, and it's just over the bar. No touch on it. It's just going to be a goal kick, and Harry Kane, who is chasing Robert Lewandowski's record of 41 Bundesliga goals in a season. That one set just 3 seasons ago. He's got 21 already, of course, but he's starting the second half of the Bundesliga season in rather disappointing fashion. And with that, we're going to see the first 2 changes of the evening, and Kingsley Coman is going to come on for Bayern. He replaces Thomas Müller. 3 goals this season, Kingsley Coman. And also going off is the man who just grabbed himself an assist, Leroy Sané, and he has been replaced by another man with 3 goals this season, Matthias Tell. So 2 changes for the champions of Germany. Müller and Sané off, Coman and Tell on. Hoffenheim tried to attack down the left-hand side, but Kramarich's ball is just behind Bulter and it goes out of play. Throw taken by Lima, linking up with Kimmich. This time Lima gives it away fairly cheaply. Bulter again turns well and plays it back to Kabak. Grilic up to the halfway line. Heavy touch this time by Grisha Prömel, but Prömel as well. Oh, and that's going to be the end of the evening for Grisha Prömel, and he only has himself to blame there. He caught the new man Matthias Tell having given the ball away, and he just stretched out his right boot to try and win the ball back, but he was beaten to it by Tell, and he caught Matthias Tell on the top of the foot, and it's another yellow card, the second yellow card of the evening for Grisha Prömel, and Hoffenheim's number 6 is off, and they're going to have to play the last 16 minutes plus added time with only 10 men, and their chances of making a comeback have just been torn apart, really. Long way back now for Hoffenheim in this game. Cleared away long. Picked up by Alphonso Davies on the halfway line. Plays it back into Bayern territory. Upamecano then plays it forward to Lima. Lima wide to Kingsley Coman. Links up with Lima again, who continued his run, gets to the byline and puts a nice, neat cross in along the ground, but no one in red and white close to it, and is picked up by Oliver Baumann. Baumann taking his time for clearing it away. Upamecano wins the header and picks out Coman as well. Musiala tries to thread one through for Coman, and under pressure, Stanley and Soki has to play it out for a corner again. It's real back to the wall stuff now for Hoffenheim with only 10 men. It looks like they are preparing a couple of substitutions of their own. They still haven't made any. They've got some more defending to do from the corner. It looks like they won't be able to make those changes before the corner is taken. Lima once again plays it short. Guerrero, come on, just stabs one forward to Musiala. Can he keep it in play? Does well under pressure. Weghorst in fact does well himself. He won the ball back, then almost gave it away. Kramaric having to tidy up, and then Kramaric under lots of pressure gives it away. Upamecano crosses looking for Kane, but it's beyond him. Kane will have to scamper out of the penalty area and retrieve it. Alphonso Davies beats one man, can't beat the second. Another chance for Hoffenheim to break. Forward played nicely to Bayer. Bayer trying to take on Joshua Kimmich. Gets the edge of the box to strike from 20 yards. And once again into the midriff of Manuel Neuer. Bayern coming forward now. Harry Kane. Players is backing off him as at the moment he finds Musiala. Musiala into the area. Breaks for Kane. Kane fires one over. It just doesn't look like it's going to be his evening. Harry Kane's been frustrated for long periods of the game. And in fact, he's won a corner there. Didn't look like there was a touch on that one, but in fact, looks like it did come off Florian Grillitsch, and there definitely were a couple of royal blue shirts being readied on the sidelines. But in fact, it's going to be Bayern Munich who are going to make the next two changes, I should say. It's the end of the evening for both Rafael Guerrero and Konrad Lima. And replacing Guerrero is Leon Goretzka. Goretzka missed the last two before Christmas with illness. He's back into the action. Joshua Kimmich is going to be taking this corner, and it looks like they will put this one into the box. No option with a short one. Over it comes from Kimmich, and the header looped up into the air and it's gathered by Baumann. And on to replace Konrad Lima is Alexander Pavlovic. Balkan descent. That's born in Munich, an academy product, made his debut against Darmstadt earlier this season. 4 changes made now by Thomas Tuchel. And finally, we will see 3 changes for Hoffenheim. Off comes number 27, Andrej Kramaric, and he is going to be replaced by Umut Tuhumcu, another German youth product. And Weghorst is off as well. He's being replaced by the Togolese international Ilyas Bebu. And it may well be one more change that was made, so the camera was panning away. We'll just try and confirm all those substitutions, but for now Kramaric and Weghorst off. The other one, Bulter. Bulter has been replaced by Robert Skov, so 3 changes in all. Tuhumcu, Bebu and Skov coming into the action for the final 11 minutes plus added time as they try to salvage something from this game. They've got some defending to do. And Baumann had come for that one, and Grillitsch didn't get the call from his goalkeeper and played it out. It's going to be another Bayern Munich corner kick. Matisse Tell plays it short. Receives the ball back and then puts the cross in. Shot coming in from Goretzka is blocked from the edge of the box and turned away. Some defending for Davies to do. Doesn't do particularly well under the high ball, but did just enough. And plays it to Leon Goretzka. Now Kimmich. Leroy Sané back to Kimmich. Pavlovic now getting his first touches of the game. Finds Alphonso Davies. His touch is a bit heavy, but no matter. Musiala keeps it alive. into the final 10 minutes at Allianz Arena. Pavlovic thinks about the long shot, instead plays it to Kimmich. Kingsley Coman cutting infield. Square to Alphonso Davies. Now Tell. As he's Tell the edge of the box. Will he take the shot on? He does. It's deflected. It's over the head of everybody, including Musiala, and he lets it go out for another Bayern Munich corner kick. Flags waving behind the goal. It's been a good and positive tribute to der Kaiser, Franz Beckenbauer, this evening. Bayern Munich 2-0 up against a team who certainly weren't on his radar at any point during his playing or managerial days. Order comes in. Pavlovic with the strike of the second ball. It's going to be blocked and go out for another corner. Hoffenheim, little more than a village team. And back when Franz Beckenbauer was strutting his stuff. But at the they played their part in this game as well, Hoffenheim. They may not get anything from it. Over comes another corner. Kept alive at the back post by De Ligt. Fired back in by Musiala. Pinball at the moment in the area. They do get it away finally, Hoffenheim. One back, foul though by Pavlovic. And in fact, he's going to pick up a booking, the substitute, Alexander Pavlovic. No real need to give that one away. It was just a little tug back on the shirt of Umut Tuhumcu. Tuhumcu of Turkish descent, Pavlovic of Serbian, but both of them in the youth ranks for Germany. The second booking, Pavlovic. It's just his 6th appearance in the Bundesliga. Short ball forward to Musiala. Gets crowded out. Hoffenheim looking for the opportunity to break again. Hedera back forwards, looking for Bebu. Bebu concedes a throw-in over on the far side. And that saunter forward by Hoffenheim doesn't really come to anything. Alphonso Davies takes the throw. Short one to Pavlovic, who's under no pressure at all. Hoffenheim now really backing off. They've been pressing Bayern for much of this game, but seems like they've run out of steam somewhat. Kimmich out wide to Coman on the right-hand side. Again cutting in field. Lays it back. Pavlovic, 25 yards from goal in the central position. Alphonso Davies to Tell. Tell into Kane with his back to goal. He loses out. It's going to be a Bayern throw after it was hacked away, but we'll have a substitution first. It's going to be Finn Ola Becker, who's going to be coming on, another German youth product in fact, and it's the end of the evening for Maximilian Bayer, who on another day could have had a hat-trick in this game, and he walks off still with just the 6 goals to his name in this Bundesliga campaign, being replaced by a central midfielder as they just try to shut up shop now, I think, Hoffenheim. Although they have, of course, brought on Bebu, so they're just part of the change of shape there. So on comes Finn Ola Becker for the final 6 minutes or so. Tell linking up on the far side with Goretzka, but the return ball can't find the youngster. And another one that's just hacked away by Hoffenheim. Kimmich into the area looking for Kane, and he's put it wide again. Harry Kane, I've lost count of the number of shots he's had now, particularly in the second half. Couldn't really get much of a look in during the first, and perhaps that just added to his frustrations. And he's just not been at his best this evening, Harry Kane. Another header, this one going just a yard or so wide, and probably one of his best chances. Really nice ball into the box. Exactly the kind of area he would have wanted it, and exactly the sort of chance he would usually gobble up. Stronger with his head than most people tend to recognise. One of the highest scoring headers of the ball in Premier League history. Or scorer of the most headed goals, that should be, really. Inside the final 5 minutes, and the 10 men of Hoffenheim are in possession. Over on the far side, Kaderabek, who's been full of running throughout the whole game. His pass was behind Bebu, and it allowed Upamecano to steal possession back for Bayern Munich. Die Rotten, the Vice Rotten as they are really this season, coming forward looking for what could be goal number 3. Sane back to Kimmich. Musiala made the run, but Kimmich didn't try and pick him out. Upamecano wide again to Sane, who's been afforded plenty of space on the wing, and when his crossing is like that, you can understand why he's given space. So that was a pretty woeful cross there by by Kingsley Coman, I should say. And there will be another change, and there will be no hat-trick for Jamal Musiala. He is going to be replaced in the 87th minute. 2 really neat, tidy finishes from Jamal Musiala, taking his tally for the season 4 to 5. 2 against Darmstadt, 1 against Wolfsburg in the last game before the break, and he's continued his form either side of Christmas. And off he comes, I should say. He's been replaced by the Cameroonian Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting. Not involved in AFCON, Mr. Choupo-Moting. Youssef Mazraoui has joined up with Morocco. While Hoffenheim have lost Yadi Samaseku to the Malian team. Kim Min-jae, of course, at the Asia Cup with South Korea. But Bayern aren't missing those guys this evening at least. They're 2-0 up as we enter the final chapter of this match. Kimmich over the top. Choupo-Moting chests it down. Shields the ball from 3 Hoffenheim players as he is forced outside of the area, and then a poor cross this time, floated in by Joshua Kimmich and far too close to Oliver Baumann. Rolls another one out. This time to Ozan Kabak. Tuhunchu plays it to Grilic. Now Anton Stack turns and plays it wide to Pavel Kaderabek. Back to Stack. No option but to go Kabak's way. Standing in Soki over the halfway line. Good protection of the ball out wide by Skov. Soki again. Florian Grilic. 20 yards inside his own half. Short pass forward to Anton Stack. This time it's Tuhunchu coming really deep to collect. We're inside the final minute of the 90. And it's been picked off by Alphonso Davies. He's using his speed again. He's quickly getting to the edge of the area. Gets to the edge of the area, goes down. No foul though, says the referee. He wasn't able to pick out one of the 3 teammates around him. He's gone down, holding the back of his head. He was coming to his feet now. Just a short pause in the game while everyone checked that Davis was okay, and then play resumes. Hoffenheim in possession. Maybe just a couple of minutes to try and keep this long scoring record alive, Hoffenheim, but there's no shame in coming to the Allianz Arena and not picking up a goal or 2. They've got some more defending to do now. Kane, is this his chance? Finally, Harry Kane has found the back of the net. 3 minutes of being signalled by the 4th official. I thought we were cutting to the assistant who was going to be flagging it offside, but no, Harry Kane does have his goal. It's his 22nd in the Bundesliga this season, and he's still firmly on track to overtake Robert Lewandowski's record of 41 in a Bundesliga season. One back well over on the far side. Muller involved again. Harry Kane slotting the ball past Baumann, who got a hand to it, but all he could do was fire it or divert it into the roof of the net. Harry Kane, who's had chance after chance in this game, not the easiest of opportunities, but he's been really well dealt with by the Hoffenheim defence. But as we entered the last minute of the game, Hoffenheim's sturdiness at the back finally ran out. The ball was slotted through well, and Harry Kane finally took one of those chances. It was Leon Goretzka who just fed the ball through really coolly to Harry Kane. It's the first time the Hoffenheim have given him half a yard of space in the whole game, and they've been punished. Kane now is out on the far right hand side, putting a cross in. It's been headed out for a corner. This one coming off Stanley and Socki. 3 minutes were added on, and we've had 1 minute 45 of those. Bayern leading by 3-0. Even as we entered the final quarter of the game, it really was in the balance, as Hoffenheim were creating some really great opportunities. But they have put it to bed in the last 10 minutes or so. Bayern, they're going to pick up 3 points rather comfortably in the end. Choupo-Moting trying to get involved. He plays it out to Tell. Tell into the area. Oh, and it's come off the post. It just ricocheted off one of the Hoffenheim bodies who'd got back there. Matthias Tell doing so well, trying to cut in, and it was almost turned into his own net by Socki onto his own post and out for a corner, which they've taken. And then Kimmich with a drive from 25 yards, well over the top. That one went. And as the camera picks out one of the shirts in the background with 5 and Kaiser written underneath it, on a day when Bayern Munich are saying farewell to their greatest son. They've picked up 3 points, they've scored 3 goals, and it's been a rather comfortable performance in the end. They were made to work for a long time by Hoffenheim, but it's finished in the end. Bayern Munich 3, Hoffenheim 0. 2 goals for Jamal Musiala and 1 for Harry Kane. He picks up his 26th goal in all competitions, 22nd in the Bundesliga. And Bayern Munich are breathing down Bayer Leverkusen's necks once again. They've cut their lead to just 1 point. It's finished 3-0 to Bayern Munich over Hoffenheim at the Allianz Arena. I've been Anthony Thomas. Thank you for listening. Live on Flash Score this evening. Join us again for more commentaries very soon. Good night.